Welcome to the Old Horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. Boy, the Scarlet and Gray already rocking this house. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa State Cyclones, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Buckeyes will put toe to leather and will get started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Cyclones offense takes the field. And all eyes on this man as he takes the field. The defense knows they're going to try to throw him the football, and it probably won't matter, guys.
Oh, but the defense, Reese, will be locked in. He will see double coverage. They will know where he's at on every single snap, Jesse, or else you will get beat quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage, he's open, zone coverage, he's open. If he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's looking for a man on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Getting some heat. Grab near the marker. It's Valentine. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Going to the running game. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They'll try to run for it. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Cyclones have this offense rolling. Caught behind the line. It's Valentine. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And the Cyclones will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
He wants to pass it on second down. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The Cyclones line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. So Ohio State's offense will go to work for the first time. As As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense, and you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first-rounder in the future.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Buckeyes may be leaders in the modern game, but this has an old-school, vintage Buckeye feel to it when they move the ball on the ground.
And Ohio State's done it year after year, and it's player after player, but this university recruits at such an elite level. They find dudes, and it's easy to run the football when you've got some dudes.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Running back searching for a hole. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Direct snap. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense.
And the defense forced the quarterback out of bounds before he could get rid of it. Had to take the loss. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. I can't think of anything that frustrates an offensive coordinator more than holding the ball a long time and having no points to show for it, David.
And Reese, first downs, yards, that's not even what they look at anymore. Yards don't really matter. You got to execute in those critical areas on the field and get points on the board.
Yeah, it was mental errors on that last drive, too, that led to negative plays. They got to get those things erased and pull it back together here on this drive. We'll put some points up on the board.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He's back to throw on second down. He's got an open man. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to throw it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Looking to pass on second down. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They're going to run it, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Cyclones decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Caught in the backfield, it's Alexander. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They'll throw it on first down. Makes the grab on the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. So you think quarterbacks are all about glory. How about taking that shot and getting rid of it just in time?
He did a great job hanging in there, being tough, and more importantly, I think, as a quarterback surveying the field, looking downfield, nothing open, making the right decision.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Buckeyes are threatening on first and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Here he comes from his own end zone. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Cyclones will line up to kick off and start the second half. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit, David.
And I guess that's the upside for this offense. Their defense has been so good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Snap it to the back. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They've had to settle for a couple of field goals on 3 previous red zone trips. They'd love to get it in on 2nd and goal. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Paula, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The give to the tailback. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
He now has 84 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw, trying to get to him. Makes the catch. It's Black. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to get the first through the air. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. A first down for the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He looks that one in nicely. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. They'll line up for a second down play. The give to the back. Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Penn State delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense might have been the story here. LeVar Arrington, Shane Conlon, Jack Ham. There's another stud there at linebacker U. The circle of life in college football, where
He's got it down the right side. Nothing but green ahead. He's at the 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Cyclones.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get
to the end zone, and it's picked off. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The offense set for a first down play. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Give him 96 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. He's got it on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out. Fires and picked off. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. First down for this offense. Here's the handoff. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and